All right, my advice of the day for today is going to be contradictory to what I said in my last video, but I think with context, it'll be understood and it'll make sense. So yeah, my advice is to half-ass it. And with context, what I mean is, if you're a procrastinator or if you're a perfectionist in the things that you do, it can be really hard to start something. And oftentimes that's the hardest part, is to get the ball rolling. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the beginning of how you're going to start a task or how you're going to figure it out in the best manner. But if you tell yourself, if you trick your brain pretty much into having the excuse to half-ass something, it becomes a lot more easy to start that task. And even if you just tell yourself that you're going to start, you're only going to give yourself 5 minutes. That can really get, like I said before, that can get the ball rolling and allow you to get that momentum where really if you're starting something for 5 minutes, you're probably going to go to 10 minutes and more. So yeah, a lot of that it's a mental game. And up until recently, I struggled with procrastination a lot. But now I think, you can implement that mindset where, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can half-ass something, and by the time you've actually put some work into it, you realize that the task isn't actually as hard as you thought. And really the hardest part was the initial barrier. So once you get into the actual task, you can reach a flow state, or you understand pretty much that this isn't as bad as I thought. And even by the end of the thing, you can reflect on it and be like, hey, this wasn't too bad, I survived this. And if you think about it that way, you've survived every task that you've faced, and you're going to keep doing that. I think that, you can use the sunk cost fallacy and switch it on your own self pretty much, where, if you put a little time into something, pretty much the sunk cost fallacy is that if you put a little time or effort or money into something, you end up having a more difficult time of letting that go, or, pretty much letting it go. So with that, I think you can use that against you in a positive light, where, something seems really daunting. You just start it. You lower the stakes. You just get rolling on it. And by the time you've actually put in some effort, you realize, okay, I'm at 0. I've gone to 50%. I might as well go to 80. I've put in this time. And like I was saying before with my classes, a lot of the times there was issues that I had with missing assignments because those tasks seem so daunting. And really the best way to face that daunting task is to, lower the stakes. I would give advice about using the Pomodoro method. If you don't know what that is, it's 25 minutes on and 5 minutes off. And really, the way I look at that is anybody can do something for 5 minutes. If you can get to 10 minutes, That's honestly probably the hardest part. And then once you get to 15 minutes, you're over halfway through your work session. Once you get to 20, you're 5 minutes away from your break, and then you hit 25, and then it is your break. So if you can just create those small habits and build in small steps, you can really get going and, produce great, bigger ideas or solve bigger tasks. Obviously, with context, like I said before, there's a time and place where you wouldn't want your surgeon to have that idea of half-assing your surgery. Hope you understand that. But yeah, that's pretty much, that was the advice that I have for today. Thank you.